Hi there, everyone.
Hello.
Look at you, stranger. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lydia Esinam, and if you're new to this channel, my dear, this is a community of genuine, relentless people, and we want to see everybody grow and win. So why not join the family by subscribing and liking this video? In Convos with Lydia, like I said, we are going to be bringing people on the channel, have honest, genuine conversations, share their experiences with us, and they would encourage and motivate us. And today I have an amazing person here. Like, this video is long overdue.
Long
Right?
overdue. Yes.
And if you watched my earlier videos where I kept mentioning Evans and his family have been wonderful and helping me settle in, this is the man I've always been talking about how he helped me. He actually picked me up from the airport when I got to Canada. So we are going to have an interesting conversation. I want to know more about him, and I'm sure you also want to know more about him. I feel that there is a lot you can get from people when you are just calm and settled in and relaxed, and you can get a lot from them. So welcome to my channel.
Thank you, Lydia. Thank you.
Why has this video been long overdue?
I know,
I think
you came in winter. And forget about the fact that I've been here for 20 something years.
Yes.
I still cannot handle winter. I hate winter. I do go out in winter.
Yeah.
But I kind of, I'm not too much of a cold person.
Oh,
so
I think I
limit certain things.
Really?
Winter is not that I can't stand the cold. I can, but it's just that for some reason for me, winter is very depressing. It just takes out all the energy out of me. Right? So
I see.
I don't do much during the winter.
So now that summer is here, we are going to do a lot together.
Yes, now that summer is here, the weather is getting warm. Whew, I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for you.
I'm ready for summer.
So Evans, introduce yourself to us and to my audience.
Well, so if you don't know me, my name is Evans. I'm a photographer and a videographer on YouTube. But in the daytime, my profession, I'm an IT professional. I do project management, technical project management, per se. That's what I do here. So daytime, 9 to 5, during the day, that's what I do.
Great.
But on the weekends, I like my YouTube stuff. I like my wedding videos, photography. That's my, let's say, side hustle. That is also a passion. Right?
Great. We are going to delve deeper into that, by the way. And I'm so full as I sit here because they fed me with some barbecue and things. I'm like, hey.
Like I told you, I wait for summer, right? When the weather starts getting warm, because I like to barbecue. So
yeah.
It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. If I come home from work and even if it's just one piece of chicken, I'll throw it on the barbecue, sit in the backyard and enjoy
summer
myself.
Is where all the action is. So
yes, we only have like 4 or 5 months of summer, and we're back to being cold, right?
I think I prefer the cold because it's too hot. You think Ghana is hot? It's hot, like 30 degrees.
It is. It's just the humidity makes it really hotter. I can manage the Ghana sun because it's breezy, right?
Yeah.
You can find some tree, find some shade, and the breeze will, make you fall asleep.
Yeah.
But here, when it's hot, it's hot. It's humid. So
when it's hot, it's hot. It's so real. Yeah. Anyway, that's good to know, Evans. But you moved to Canada. Did you ever want to be here?
When I moved to Canada, I think I was about 17, 18, thereabout. I was very young.
Yeah.
I first came here as an international student to go to school. No parents, no real relatives, have an uncle or so here, but you're on your own, right?
Yeah.
So at a young age, I was on my own. But it was fun, right? You meet people, you make friends, learn to survive. And I think, if you're raised in Ghana, the way I was raised in Ghana, you can move anywhere and survive, right? Because you're raised with that hustler mentality in Ghana. You're raised to be strong. Exactly. You're raised to be independent, right? Compared to the kids here, the way they're raised is a lot different.
Womb.
Yes, so they are more dependent on parents, even
Yeah.
sometimes up to the age of 20, 30.
Mhm.
Some people are still dependent on their parents and stuff.
Yeah.
But the way we were raised in Ghana, you are learned to be independent very
Right.
early. And I think that's what helped me a lot
Mhm.
because I think I was very independent very early. I was in boarding house from JSS,
Yeah.
boarding house for secondary school. By the time I finished secondary, came home, and I was in Accra Polytechnic, I was basically living on my own. So
Right.
I learned that independence at a very age, right? Through the
Mhm.
boarding school system, through everything else. So moving here was not, as stressful as it would be because I had
Yeah.
I had that independence life of being on
Exactly.
my own and
Yeah.
not depending on my parents for stuff. So it helped
Mhm.
me a lot.
It takes a lot of courage actually to leave your country, like where you were born, and to start your life all over, and be alone. And that spirit of independence is great,
Hmm.
because it prepares you for anything, like no matter
Anything,
where you are.
anything.
Yeah, yeah. So when you came in, did you like know that you were going to settle here in Canada, and how long have you been here?
Um, so when I first came in, I don't think I had plans of settling forever.
Mm-hmm.
My idea was to come in, finish my education, and head back to Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah, because I believe in Ghana. So the
Yeah.
ones where you get it, I believe in Ghana, and I've
Yeah.
always said it to people that if you're in Ghana and you have something to do,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you can make it anywhere,
Yeah.
right? It's all about the opportunities that come your way and
Mm-hmm.
how you handle them.
Yeah.
You can make it anywhere. So my plan was come here, go to school, finish my education, and head
Mm-hmm.
back to Ghana.
Yeah.
But this is the thing: when you get to this country,
Yeah.
sometimes there's certain lifestyles, there's certain things that when you pick up,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to let go,
Right.
right? Because you get here, you see how the system works. Um, you don't have to go and pay bribe to people to get things done.
Never.
Um, like the ease at which you can attain certain things and
Yeah.
do certain things, and you
Mm-hmm.
think about it, and you think about, I'm going to go back to Ghana, and everything is a struggle. Everything
Mm-hmm.
is the corruption alone makes it very hard for you to progress and get
Mm.
things done.
True.
So it makes it hard for you to come to a place like this, see the opportunities that are bound for you,
Mm-hmm.
and then compare it to going back to Ghana, and even trying to find a job. It's like who you know. It's not based on
Yeah.
your merits,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, as long as you can prove that you have the qualifications, you have the experience to get any
Mm-hmm.
job done, you can grow your career very
Yeah.
easily and fast. Whereas in Ghana is who you know. So
Exactly.
somebody who is highly qualified but can get a job, but somebody has the worst qualification, the worst experience, and because of who they know, they get a
And
job
they're in the position. Yeah.
in a
Mm-hmm.
better position, right? And that's one of the things that made it hard for me to make that decision to go back to
Go
Ghana
back.
because
Wow.
the opportunities were here to grow and advance in my career, whereas in
Mm-hmm.
Ghana, is more like who you know. So where
Right.
was I gonna go start from, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of tough
Wow.
making
So
that
how
decision.
long have you been here so far?
Ooh, it's about 22 years or so, roughly. Yeah,
Wow.
if not more.
Wow. That's a long time.
22. I
So
believe
you've
I was here in 1998.
I was 8 years.
So that's funny.
Wow.
Yes,
So you
1998.
finished school, you
Yes.
started a
Hmm.
family and all that. How has it been building a family here?
Oh, building a family here. Um, it's good and challenging.
Yeah.
Good in the sense that my kids are born here; they have better opportunities in
Mm-hmm.
life compared to kids growing up in Ghana. I
Yeah.
mean, I remember myself, we growing up in Ghana and playing on the streets.
I know,
I
right?
remember me and my friends and my cousins. We used to go out to the junkyard and we look for
Mm-hmm.
um, things, cans of to make cars with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And while I cherish that lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
going out and fishing for goldfishes in the gutter, I remember
I
those
know,
things,
right?
right?
You be playing gata to gata.
um, I like those because they were part of my identity.
Yeah.
But I also feel like seeing my kids here and how they get different type of plays, different
Mm-hmm.
type of opportunities, different types of growth,
Yeah.
um, um, you know, line the path which they go. It's a blessing to see them right
Yeah.
in that environment where kids. can grow up without going hungry. Like, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? There's
Yeah.
food all the time. There's things happening all the
Mm-hmm.
time. You're not going to bed hungry. You're not having to do all sort of dirty things in the street in
Yeah.
the name of playing, right? The kids go out, they play in the backyard. I can let them go without supervision, do their thing because they're
Yeah.
still within my
Yeah.
property. They are
Yeah.
still out here. They can get lost because they have to come through the house to go out,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Ghana, we just leave our kids, they're roaming the streets. It's fun. It helps them grow. That's what I was
Yeah.
talking about, the
It's the
independence,
independence
right?
factor.
They
Yeah.
they grow and become independent, but at the same time, the dangers
Yeah.
of living on the streets
Mm-hmm.
as children.
Yeah.
It's good. The other part of it for me is basically, when your children comes to become like teenagers,
Mm-hmm.
it's really harder here controlling them and
Yeah.
directing them on the right path than in
Mm-hmm.
Ghana.
I
Ghana,
have
when you
some
messed up, I will
experiences with
slap
some
you left,
friends
right, away.
here. Like,
Exactly.
it's totally
It's
different as
totally different,
teenagers.
right?
Yeah.
So yes, family here is good, but raising a family is a little bit harder. There's rules, and I get it that sometimes in Ghana, the way we were disciplined was basically abuse, right? The
Mm-hmm.
way you get beat up for no reason and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I don't subscribe to that, but I also believe in certain amount of discipline to
Yeah.
correct kids and put them in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain things that makes it very difficult to grow to discipline kids in the
Mm-hmm.
right way here.
Yeah.
Those are the parts that I hate, but I just love the fact that there's opportunities when children go to school. I don't have to worry about, education is
Yeah.
free all the way up to university level.
Yeah. That's good here.
And that's good, right? I know we talk about basic education in Ghana, but
Yeah.
not the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Education is free here. You don't have to worry too much. Whether you have the money or not, your kid can go to
Yes.
school all the way,
Right.
even to the university, if you have the opportunities that they can go as
Mm-hmm.
far as they want. Whereas in Ghana, when you get to the university level, especially,
Yeah.
it becomes tag of war, right?
Mm-hmm. And you're thinking whether you find a job
Whether
when you
you find a
finish or
job
not.
when you finish or not, right? Even entrance, right? Your
Yeah.
entrance into the university. I know you have to write all these exams and stuff
Yeah. We
to
used I
get
wrote the entrance
entrance
exam and.
exams and all that stuff. Well, you don't have to do that here,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you want to go, you will go.
Yeah.
Whether if you want to go to university, you will go. There's
Yeah.
all the opportunities are there for you to go. If you want to go
Mm-hmm.
to college, you will go. If you want to go to, if even if you don't want to spend 2 years or even the 4 years in the university,
Mm-hmm.
there's community colleges where you can go for a 1 year college course,
Okay.
right? Which
Yeah.
helps you grow. So the opportunities for children to get the education they need
Yeah.
is exist here for everybody. It's,
Yeah.
it's basically equal opportunity if you want to take the opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So many people don't take the opportunities that is present here,
Exactly.
just because convenience and stuff makes things look cheap. But
Mm-hmm.
coming from Ghana,
It's the
seeing
best
how
you can
much,
ever have.
yes, exactly, um, is the best you
It's
can ever
the
have.
best.
Just looking at the fact that if you want to go to school,
Mm-hmm.
however high you want to go,
Mm-hmm.
there is support systems here that will allow you to achieve that. You don't have to
Yeah.
be a rich man's kid to get the best
Yeah.
education. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me glad that my family is here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At certain times, I feel like send them to go, let them go and learn street smartness. Right? But you can't. So
No
that's the
way.
thing. Yeah, yeah. In Ghana, we learn the street smartness. Like
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Charlie, it's
But
important.
here, the kids are sheltered. They're
Yeah.
protected, which is good. But sometimes I think it's a little bit makes them
Yeah.
soft
It makes
too
them
much.
soft. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get it that I mean I went to church with you and then I see that you were amazing at church. Like I joined your Bible study group the other day and then I joined the media team through you and I've
Hmm.
learned a lot.
Hmm.
Let me know how it is like before I joined the media team, right? Like how was it? How did you try to put that together? And I know with your knowledge in videography and all the camera stuff that you know, it's admirable, right? And trying to make sure that you please an audience online and then the in-house audience. What's that whole dynamics about?
Um, I mean, growing up in Ghana, you don't play with church and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's part of the training that I got. It's part of my lifestyle from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
That in any way that I can, I
Yeah.
serve God, I serve my church
It's
wherever
very
I am.
important. If you
Yeah.
don't serve God, please find
Find
something to
something.
do.
Yes, yes. So when I first joined this ministry, the tech team was there, but it was mainly what I would term lay people, right?
All right.
Everybody was trying to do what they can do with the little knowledge they had at that time.
Yeah.
But it was, you know, for me personally, like I said, I'm an IT guy,
Mm-hmm.
but outside of IT, I have photos, videos, and that stuff as my passion. So,
Yeah.
um, I do live streaming and all that stuff. So I took a look at the church systems, and especially during the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
because at the period of time during the pandemic, everything was online.
Online.
Over
Okay.
here, every church was shut down. The only way was maybe five people in the church,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to broadcast the service live.
Yeah.
So during that time, we did a lot of renovations at church, change up a lot of the equipment to make life easier.
Right.
The whole thing was that I look at the team and realize that a majority of the team don't have the skills needed
You
to
okay?
run an effective production. So
Yeah.
the church thing for me, it's more of I run it as an entire production.
Production.
I'm not
Yeah.
running it as people
Yeah.
say it's
Production.
church
Like
and
sometimes
so
I
it's
sit in
church,
the
right?
hot seats and then I'm producing service, and when something is not going well, I'm like, this
Yes,
thing was supposed to work.
yes, that's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I like to put a lot of energy into it, make it
Mm-hmm.
a full production where at the same time simplifying the process so
Yeah.
that if I'm not there, anybody can walk into that room
Mm-hmm.
and run everything from A to Z. So
Yeah.
you see how big that place is. The equipment that is there. We've got
Yeah.
the ATEMs, we've got the OBS station, the Pro
Yeah.
Presenter
That's
station, the
a
recording
lot,
station,
man.
plus the music studio,
Yeah.
right? So all of those individual stations has got to work together
Mm-hmm.
for a very effective production,
Yeah.
and that's why we
Oh,
run it that way.
right.
Yes, so that production has to make you know because for me my goal is this: we have the in-house audience,
Yeah.
but I like to prioritize the online audience
Exactly.
just because they are not there in person. The experience is going to be something that can impact something to
Yeah.
them, and so the online stream has to be something that can capture their attention, keep them
Mm-hmm.
engaged, right? The sound is got to be good. The video is got to be good.
Yeah.
Um, that's the whole thing. So I look at it from that way, and I look at it that from time to time, like you saw us do the other
Yeah.
weekend, we got to look at the whole operation and see what's working properly, what's
Yeah.
not
What can
working,
we
what
change?
can we
Yeah.
change, how can we reroute certain things,
Yeah.
and keep improving
Yeah.
from time
I
to time
mean,
to make it better.
it's continuous improvement for us.
Continuous improvement, and
Yeah.
I like it when you came in, you were
Yeah.
right
Me,
on.
dear Charlie.
I like the way you just picked up Pro
I
Presenter, right?
love it. I
You just
love
picked
it.
up Pro
It's
Presenter, and
my
it's pretty
specialty.
good.
And my pastor is always has high hopes for me. Like, Lydia, today I want you to do this for me. I want you to do this for me. And then it's
Yeah,
like, okay, it's like, hey, Charlie, I just came. Oh,
yeah, it's good. I just like the way you picked up, right,
yeah.
Pro Presenter and all this other stuff that is going quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I come in, you see me, I just go ahead in the studio
Yeah.
because I know you
It's
guys
like
can run that room.
you
So
leave our
that's
business
it.
for us. Oh, great.
All I
Great.
want to
Great.
do is everybody understands what their role is
Mm-hmm.
on a Sunday or any broadcast day. Um, get the stuff done, and I can
Nice.
share
Oh,
what I say.
nice. So let me divert to business, right?
Hmm.
Looking at the business environment over here.
Hmm.
I had a conversation with a lady that I'm working with, and then I asked them, she actually, gave me a briefing of how business is different from Ghana
Hmm.
over here. But to you as a videographer, as a photographer, shooting for birthdays, weddings, and all that, right?
Hmm.
Tell us your business name, how you decided to start that business when you came in here after school and all that. And if there are any challenges in dealing with, clients, what do you call it, specifications and all that. How does it get, what do you do to get a client to book you for their weddings or programs, and what challenges do you face?
um, Good question.
Yeah.
Business has been good. And if you have noticed, I don't take too much jobs.
Yeah.
That's because, like I said, I have my full-time job and then I have this on the side. This is my passion. Who knows? Maybe one day this will become my full-time job as well.
Yeah.
But for now, it's more about the passion, the fun part of it, and maybe the little money that comes out of it too that helps
Yeah.
sort out certain things. But business here is, the opportunity is there. You don't need huge capital to start up a business.
Okay.
Like in Ghana, to start a business, it requires a lot, right?
Yeah.
Here, business startups is encouraged by the government, right?
Right.
So if you can start up a business that will thrive, you're encouraged to do that.
Okay.
And in certain industries, in certain businesses, you can even get grants from the government to start up and set up
Yeah. I
the
saw that
business and
some
all that
weeks
stuff,
ago.
right?
Yeah.
For my photography business per se, um, like I said, my journey started as a hobby,
Right.
right? So I have always have passion for video and cinematography and photos. So
Mm-hmm.
that passion has been there since I was a kid. I
Yeah.
remember when I went home Ghana recently,
Yeah.
my mom brought out some old pictures and she was telling me I took them. And I was like, I couldn't even remember
Wow.
I took them, right?
So you had
So
it inside of
I
you
it's like
long
I had it
ago.
a long time ago. She
Yeah.
was reminding me about how my dad bought me a camera when I was young
Oh,
and the
that's
pictures I took with them. So
nice.
I actually took some pictures of those
Uh-huh.
and came with me. Like I was remembering, oh, so how long was I when I took these photos? And I can't remember, right?
Yeah.
But I've had that photos and picture thing.
Yeah.
I've had that love for tech
Mm-hmm.
and cameras and the specifics.
It's good.
Um, so if you look at my YouTube channel, I'm not just a photographer.
Yeah.
I talk more about the technical aspects of
Yeah.
using your camera, right? Not
Exactly.
just taking the photos, but the technical aspects of that.
We want to see more of that.
I will, I will. I've just been lazy. Like I said, winter kills me, right? Winter
Okay.
is like,
Now you don't
but
have an excuse.
now I don't have an excuse. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's how it all started, and eventually, a friend of mine who is a videographer,
Okay.
he actually invited me to come shoot along with
Okay.
him for weddings.
Right.
So I started shooting along with him during weddings, and that's how I got into doing it
Yeah.
as a business,
Professionally.
right? Because
Okay.
it was me all a hobby, me doing at home.
Mm-hmm.
But when you interested in a hobby, you don't mind spending the money to get the best
Oh
gear for it.
yeah.
So I already had the best gears, or high end gears, but I was just using it, not making money with it.
Right.
And this guy invited me out. We shot a couple of weddings, and that's how it all
Voila.
started. Yeah.
Wow. But what have been some challenges, over here?
The challenges is if you want to run a business here, one of the things I always tell people is you got to know how to document.
Okay.
Documentation is very important.
Oh wow,
Just
documentation.
because in Ghana, you start your business, you don't owe anybody nothing. Sometimes you
Yeah.
don't even register it with the government.
Mm-hmm.
You don't pay taxes on all that stuff.
Right.
Here, if you run a business, you have some obligations to the government in
Mm-hmm.
reporting your taxes personally and as well as your business.
Business.
So everything you buy for business use, everything every service you offer to somebody,
Yeah.
you need to document properly,
Okay.
receipts, invoices, all that stuff. You
Wow.
got to keep them because every year at the end of the year you got to
Mm-hmm.
file to the government. This is how much money I made from the business. This is how much money I spent in making that money. So
Okay.
the money you spent in making that money would be, what did you spend on equipment? What did you spend
Yeah.
on advertisement? What did you spend on
Oh, so you
stationery?
got to
You got to
document all of that.
document everything, right?
Wow.
What I have seen some people do and why they fail is because when they are doing it, they don't document all of these things.
Okay.
If you don't and you file taxes and you are behind on the taxes or any of that sort, you begin to owe the government, and it can put a lot of stress and pressure on you,
Okay.
right?
Right.
The other thing I always also advise is there's two types of businesses you can open here.
Mm-hmm.
One will be a sole proprietor, one will be an incorporated, right?
Okay.
And there is differences. Yeah, I always encourage people that if you're going to start a business, look at incorporating the business,
Yeah.
because when you incorporate the business is an entity of its
Of
own,
its own. Yeah.
right, outside of you.
Yeah.
So you are your own entity. The business is an entity.
Yeah.
If the business makes a loss, it doesn't affect you personally to a
Yeah.
certain extent, right? So that way, your personal income can be separated from the business's income.
Right.
Most people try to do the sole
Sole
proprietorship
proprietor.
where they are running the business under their own name.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's always good to start that way,
Okay.
but I believe that once you're growing, you need to look at
Incorporated.
incorporating, separating yourself
Yeah.
from the business, right?
And it comes with its own
It
advantages, like
comes with a
getting
lot.
loans, having
Yes,
people to invest, and all that. And
yes.
yeah, the business terrain here is totally
It's
different.
totally different. So,
Yeah.
if you want to run a business, my best thing is that do it right, right?
Yeah.
And doing it right starts right from the beginning, even
Mm-hmm.
before you open the business. A
Right.
business plan, right? Most of us from Africa, we don't like to write. We don't like to read.
I
You know what
know,
I mean?
right?
Like we we don't like to write and read.
Yeah.
But put your ideas on paper. I think that there is something about writing things down that actually
It's
helps.
good. Yeah.
So
It's good.
put it on paper.
Mm-hmm.
This is my business plan. This
Yeah.
is my target market. This is how I intend to advertise. This is how I
Right.
intend to raise money for my
Yeah.
business. That kind of thing. Put
Mm-hmm.
them down before you even start, and
That's
you
true.
succeed.
My English teacher in GIJ said that a short pencil is better than a long memory. So it's
Yes.
very good to write. It doesn't matter what you're writing, but it has to be of essence. If you're hearing some noise in the
Yep.
background, just know that the
Hmm.
kids are happy and they are jumping
Oh
up there.
yes.
Anyway, just a random one. How often do you visit Ghana?
Ooh, that's a good one. Not as long as not as often as I would like to.
Yeah.
So I think in my 20 something years of being here,
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Ghana twice.
No
Yeah.
way.
It's bad. It's bad.
No way.
I know it's bad.
Wow.
Because I think I went to Ghana 10 years or so after I first came.
Okay.
Because after school, I spent a lot of time just trying to settle in,
Yeah. Very
get certain things
important.
started. Then I went home for a little bit, came back, and then I lost faith in going to Ghana, to be honest.
Mm,
Because the first time I went, it wasn't a good experience, right?
yeah.
Um, and so I came back thinking, what am I going to do in Ghana? Right. The only the only thing is that my mom is there, my sister is
Yeah, you
there,
got
so
family,
I got
so
family, so you still have that ties. But
yeah.
my first trip to Ghana was a tough one,
Heartbreaking.
heartbreaking,
Oh,
and I kind of lost that zeal to go to
yes.
Ghana because I feel like. But then I went again. Maybe what was it? A year or so ago. Yeah, a year
Right.
or so ago, I was in
Yeah.
Ghana, and yeah, it was a different experience
Yeah,
this
that
time
was
around.
good.
It was a different
Yeah.
experience. So yeah, I intend to go to Ghana at least
You should.
once every two years
Yeah,
or
like
so.
twice a year. It's
Yeah.
not bad. We're
I
almost
wish I could
wrapping
go
up
twice a
though.
year. If I had my way, I'll be in Ghana every time it's winter here.
Oh, that for sure. So just a random question, right? If you had all the money in the world,
Mm-hmm.
what would you be doing with your life?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah, I like to travel.
Right.
I like to see new places, do new things all
Mm-hmm.
the time. Um, so yeah, I was still. I think I'll still work if I have
Mm-hmm.
all the money in my work because I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what um, it is, but I like to work.
Okay.
So doesn't matter how small that work is. I still gotta work. I still gotta do something. I
Right.
still gotta have something that I wake up and know that I have to do this for
Yeah.
this day, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will still like the opportunity to travel around, see different places,
Great.
different cultures, different food. I'm not a big food
Yeah.
lover, but I like to
Yeah.
try
You have
everything,
to try
right? Um, I like sushi. I like different types of
different
food
types
from
of
different
food.
types of parts of the
Yeah.
world. So
That's good.
I would like to
Please, when you're going, I'll be in your bag. I'll jump in your bag.
all
We're
right.
almost wrapping up. It's been an amazing
Thank
conversation.
you. I feel like it's
And
been talking forever.
yeah. Tell us how they can follow you on social media and how they can, book you here in Canada for your
Oh,
parties and
yes.
weddings.
On social media, you can find me at Evermore Media. Well, at ever underscore more media on Instagram. On YouTube as well, you can find me Evermore Media. Those are the two that I use the most.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
Instagram and YouTube. The rest, I still haven't been able to figure it out. So
Great. No,
yeah.
but this segment is Convos with Lydia. In this segment or episodes, we have conversations with like-minded people, right? Who are genuine and relentless. And I believe that there's a lot more that we can learn from people when we are relaxed like this and talking and sharing experiences. I hope that you've picked up a thing or two from this amazing conversation, and do well to subscribe. Follow me on Lydia Esinam. If you're looking to sponsor the channel, please, the PayPal link is right there. Go
Mm-hmm.
and support
Mm-hmm.
us. It goes a long way to,
Yep.
support us to bring you amazing content. And I hope that you stay awesome and do stay safe. Bye
Thank you.
bye. Well, this was good.
Ha, la, la, la.